channel, everyone. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to make some lovely, crispy, golden roast potato. So here I have about 5 potatoes. Just going to go ahead and remove the skin. Meanwhile, I'm doing this, on the other side I have some water, which I've put on. And to the water, I had a bit of salt in the water. So with these now, you can go ahead and cut them how you want to cut them. So normally, if it's a carvery, you'd cut these probably in 2. So this, I'll cut this in about 3. And this one, I'll probably cut this in about 4. So that should be enough. In the water, we're going to put our potato. And we're going to let them cook through a little bit. Make sure to put some salt in the water. And we're going to let them boil until they almost cook. So what I'm doing here now is I'm just prepping some garlic to infuse my oil for the potato. What I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna press one of the garlic and I'm gonna place it into a pot. I will be putting some oil over this and I'll be using some vegetable oil and I'll be adding some lovely coconut oil with this, and all that is personal preference. To this, I'll be adding some herbs such as rosemary, but you can use whatever you have, whatever you can find. And this is all about to infuse the oil, add some flavor to it to let your potato taste better. And then I'm going to put it on the fire, and then I'm going to bring it to temperature. And what I'm looking for, once the garlic start to turn brown and the rosemary also coconut oil start to melt properly, then I'll turn the fire off and let it cool until our potato. Meanwhile, the potato is over here. It's boiling, so I will give it some more time to finish. So now our oil is quite hot, so I'm going to give it a little bit more time, then I'll return it off and set it aside. As you can see how lovely the garlic become brown. So meanwhile that's going, I'm going to make myself some sauce. I'll be using about 3 cloves of garlic in this particular sauce, and then I'll be adding some lovely crème fraîche to this. So with the crème fraîche, if you feel like add a little bit of mayo, you can add it. But for me, I do not want any mayo in it. So just a crème fraîche, garlic, and I'll be adding some salt and pepper to season it up a bit. Make sure you give it a taste, just in case if it need additional seasoning. So I'm just adding a little bit more salt to this because it feel like it could take a little bit more. Normally you can add some herbs to this. If you want to add some bit of rosemary to it, bit of spring onion, just cut small as possible and add it to it, give it a little bit of color and a bit more flavoring. Make sure to chop it as small as possible. I'll be adding a little bit, just a pinch of rosemary, fresh rosemary to this. And then just put it in a crème fraîche and just give it a bit of mix and set it aside. So our potato is ready now. So the thing is, I'm going to take them out and let them drain off a little bit, because you want the excess water to drain off before you start putting it in the other baking tray with the oil. So what I'm doing here, I'm sliding my baking tray over the fire or over the flame. I'm going to put a bit of oil, the infused oil, over it, and then once it is warm properly, then I'll add my potato to it. And that's basically just a starter, you know, just to warm up the pan. I'm just adding some salt on the bottom of the surface of the baking tray. to put down the potato now. And once you finish, put the potato down. Make sure you just sprinkle a little bit more salt over the top. At the moment, I'm chopping some rosemary, small as possible, and this is to put over the potato after they are finished baked. So these are lovely now, nice and hot. So you want to put them into a bowl. So put them in a stainless steel bowl, and you want to do this while the potato is hot. So after I put all the potatoes in the bowl, that dried chopped fresh rosemary, I'm going to sprinkle all of that over it, and then I'm going to give it a bit of toss. Then I'm going to get my plate ready, put all of my potato down on this. Then I'm going to get my dip, which I made earlier, and that is to accompany the potato. Ladies and gentlemen, if this content of any use and any value to you, please do consider to like, share, subscribe. Do leave positive comment. But these potatoes look lovely, very crispy and nice. Wow, very tasty, lovely and delicious.